Oh, Jesus. I can't believe I'm about to look this up. Hunter Biden. Alright, what the fuck's going on? What's happening? Let's go to Elon's 12. Fuck. Man. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, so what's happening? Twitter files. What you're about to read is the first installment in a series based upon thousands of internal documents obtained by sources at Twitter, the Twitter files. It's a long-ass thread. Fucking wonderful. Great. How long are we talking? Oh my god. An incredible story from inside one of the world's largest, most influential social media platforms. It is a Frankensteinian tale of a human-built mechanism grown out the control of its designer. Twitter's conception was a brilliant tool for enabling instant mass communication, making a true real-time global conversation possible for the first time. In early conception, Twitter more than lived up to its mission statement, giving people the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. As time progressed, however, the company was slowly forced to add those barriers. Some of the first tools for controlling speech. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Controlling speech. There's already a narrative being sown here. This is fucking ridiculous. Controlling speech were designed to combat the likes of spam and financial fraudsters. Slowly over time, the Twitter staff and executives began to find more and more uses for these tools. Outsiders began petitioning the company to manipulate speech as well. I can already see the framing here. This is ridiculous. First a little, then more often, then constantly. By 2020, requests from connected actors to delete tweets were routine. One executive would write to another, more to review from the Biden team. The reply would come back handled. Celebrities and unknowns alike could be removed or reviewed at the behest of a political party. Grab the first one under SI, defer to safety for the high-profile second one. Additional report from DNC. White House spokesperson Kayleigh McEnany was locked out of her account for tweeting about the story, prompting a furious letter from Trump campaign staffer Mike Hahn, who seethed, at least pretend to care for the next 20 days. This led public policy executive Caroline Strom to send out a polite what the fuck query. Several employees noted that there was tension between the comms and policy teams, who had little or less control over moderation, and the safety trust teams. Let's take a closer look. The system wasn't balanced. It was based on contacts because Twitter was and is overwhelmingly staffed by people of one political orientation. There were more channels, more ways to complain, open to the left, well, Democrats, than the right. Well, I mean, considering the fact that, like, literally at this point in the political climate, like, it's literally, like, one-sided when it comes down to fascism, okay? Like, when you have Elon Musk and the let that sink in joke happened, and then he, like, was moving his shit into Twitter HQ, and suddenly you've got a plethora of motherfuckers, like, saying, like, basically feeling like they got the green light to say the N-word and the K-slur, the anti-Semitic K-slur. Like, well, what the fuck? Like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, do you want the largest social media platform on the fucking planet to be open to advertisers, or don't you? Like, you gotta have this shit functional, okay? But when you've got shit like for example, every motherfucker around every corner of the fucking of the internet saying that trans people are pedophiles and shit, people are going to want to advertise on there. Good contributions by party of recipient. Okay, but is this from staff or staff and users alike? Or I what? I'm guessing this is probably from staff. But like, they're free to make these contributions. Dude, this is so stupid, man. Like, it's a fucking private oh my god. Oh my god, dude. It's a company. It's a company. It's not a fucking public utility, dude. Like, the resulting slant in content moderation decisions is visible in the documents you're about to read. However, it's also the assessment of multiple current and former high-level executives. Okay, there was more throat clearing about the process, but screw it, let's jump forward. There are multiple... Who? What? As a former Clinton staffer whose job was to manage social media messaging, nothing in this Matt Taibbi thread surprises me, nor should it surprise you. Both ruling parties game the system every day to protect their big donors, and the corporate media and big tech do their bidding. Both parties. Hold on. Okay, so hold on. You said you were a former Clinton staffer. Okay. Might be shocking to most, but most on the right who were labeled conspiracy theorists watched this in real time and tried to warn everyone. Oh, fuck you. Let me get... Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 Saw that fucking shit coming. Are you fucking kidding me? He's basically saying, like, whoa, the conspiracy theorists are right. No. It is... There are multiple instances in the files of Dorsey intervening to question suspensions and other moderation actions for accounts across the political spectrum. The problem with the hacked materials ruling, several sources said, was that this normally required an official/law enforcement finding of a hack. But such a finding never appears throughout what one executive describes as a whirlwind 24-hour company-wide mess. Hey, owls. As you probably are aware, Twitter actioned tweets yesterday relating to two New York Post articles that were tweeted out that allegedly included pictures and screenshots from emails from a laptop that allegedly belonged to Hunter Biden, presidential candidate Joe Biden's son. Our teams made the determination that the materials fall under our hacked materials policy. Yes, yes, yes. It would be like if a big leak of like a high-profile celebrity's nudes got leaked, you know, without their consent. That is hacked material. Yes. In addition to sharing personal information, so links were actioned. As you may know, this existing policy framework was launched in 2018 to mitigate real-time harm based on hack and leak scenarios coming out of the 2016 election. Several high-profile accounts, including press outlets, were impacted by this decision and were actioned. Unfortunately, the language that was provided in the product may have created confusion, indicating the leaks were spam or unsafe. Consequently, Twitter Safety explained the reasoning here in a thread. This morning, the New York Post tweeted additional links to stories that contained pictures and screenshots of emails that were also actioned. The teams determined that a Trump campaign tweet was previously was actioned for containing PPI. What's PPI? That sounds similar to PHI. Anyways. Would not be reactioned when it was retweeted without the PPI blurred. I think that's something about like personal information or something, or personally identifiable information. I know there are questions that you probably have and are also probably getting a lot of incoming from stakeholders, governmental, academic, civil society, etc. The last 24 hours certainly has been a whirlwind with lots of curves and unknowns, and we fully expect that the issues surrounding why is Steam... Oh, it's an update. Okay, never mind. We'll take care of that after the stream. The last 24 hours certainly has been a whirlwind with a lot of curves and unknowns, and we fully expect that the issues surrounding this matter will continue to swirl in the coming days. So thank you everyone for your patience. Okay. Two pillars of a successful republic are election integrity and confidence in our democratic processes. We have neither. And I wonder why that is, Shukra. Conservative Republican? Jesus fuck. Okay, so I'm starting to know whatever. Because of Republicans, exactly. 24, they freelanced it, is how one former employee characterized the decision. Hacking was the excuse. But within a few hours, pretty much everyone realized that that wasn't going to hold, but no one had the guts to reverse it. You could see the confusion in the following lengthy exchange, which ends up including Gad and former Trust and Safety Chief Yoel Roth. Comms official Trenton Kennedy writes, I'm struggling to understand the policy basis for marking this as unsafe. Privileged and confidential. Our teams continue to struggling to understand the policy basis for marking this as unsafe, and I think the best explainability argument for this externally would be that we're waiting to understand if this story is the result of hacked materials. We'll face hard questions on this if we don't have some kind of solid reasoning for marking the link unsafe. Will we also mark similar stories as unsafe? How's that thread coming? You lost the plot. Because it's a story that isn't good for your tribe? Fuck you. I don't care who tries to silence people within the government. Your reaction should have been, the government does not get to violate the First Amendment regardless of political affiliation. Okay. Alright. Okay, listen. Is there any more here? Okay. Okay, listen. I have to say this. I have to say this right now. If you were to go on YouTube and look up Rudy Giuliani, Hunter Biden laptop, Fox News, something like that, you'll probably get an old interview with Rudy Giuliani on like Tucker Carlson or Laura Ingraham or Sean Hannity, and he's gonna say some shit on several different occasions about how he has possession of the Hunter Biden laptop and how any day now there's going to be this big leak and everyone's going to know the contents of the laptop. I almost sound like Trump. Everyone's going to know what's on the laptop. Okay, what's on the fucking laptop then? I'm still waiting. What's on there? Why did any day now become any year now? Like I don't understand. Like, if you have something, show us you have something then. But like, it's always some speculative bullshit constantly, over and over, just kicking the can down the fucking road. It's garbage. They have nothing and they're trying to pretend that they do. No liberals are actually owned by this post. Oh, 22. Although several sources recalled hearing about a general warning from federal law enforcement that summer about possible foreign hacks, there's no evidence that I've seen of any government involvement in the laptop story. In fact, that might have been the problem. Let me see here. Found a better way to waste your money. He seems anti-Elon Musk. Okay. Elon Musk leaked internal Twitter communications to own the libs. Sam Alito leaked Supreme Court opinions to own the libs. Trump leaked American intel to Russia because he's owned by Putin. Cowards setting our country on fire to settle personal scores. Okay, so this person does not seem like a chud. They might just seem like a liberal, but at least they're not a chud. This thread is so hilarious in that they complained Twitter was actually not posting sex or nude footage that was stolen, and they had people delegating this accordingly. Wow, if I was Hunter, besides being on crack, I'd be suing Elon Musk and Matt Taibbi. Worth looking into, fire emojis. Okay, so they're a Matt Bender fan. Good. Congrats to Jack Dorsey, who went from texting his friend Elon Musk to buy his company Twitter to being doxxed by his friend Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter, and being harassed for the rest of his life by QAnon because he has the word pizza in his email address. Jesus Christ. Matt is upset, and so is Elon Musk, that Twitter hired only humans who didn't believe in fake basement sex shops. Damn it, where's the balance? Holy fuck, so true. This is insane, dude. This is a big nothing burger. This is quite literally a nothing burger. What do they think? What did they think they had? Just a reminder that Joe Biden was not the president in 2020, so Twitter was not acting under orders from the government. In response to Elon saying Twitter acting by itself to suppress free speech is not a First Amendment violation, but acting under orders from the government to suppress free speech with no judicial review is. I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay. Let's look something up real quick. Okay? Biden inauguration day was when? Oh, wow. January 20th, 2021. It seems I don't understand, dude. Like, what are you? Handled. If this is a violation of the Constitution's First Amendment, what is? It isn't. It isn't. Hi, as a certified political scientist, I can assure you that Joe Biden was not in charge of the U.S. government in 2020. That was actually Donald Trump. Let me know if I can help you with questions. I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump was president in October 2020, and Joe Biden didn't have any government authority. Maybe misremembering, though. But they're just gonna say the Jews gave it to him. Like, they're just, like... These people are absolute... Oh my god, the brain rot, dude. Are you kidding me? Problem is that nothing would be done other than the exposing the violation. The Biden... Oh, shut the fuck up. I don't know how many times people have to say it. The thread says there was no government involvement. 2, there was no Biden admin in 2020. This is the biggest nothing burger I think I have ever fucking seen. They think they got something, but they literally have not. Yeah, Hillary was a little bit weird here. Okay, whatever, dude. But, like... Elon Musk just accidentally revealed that the Trump White House was using Twitter to censor his critics in violation of the First Amendment. Wait. Hold up. Libertarian Party... Okay, alright, hold on. Are you a libertarian? Jesus fuck, dude. Okay, maybe not. Elon and other right-wing influencers don't seem to understand how the First Amendment works. It's about the government restricting speech, and Trump was the only one in the government at the time. Therefore, he's the only one that could have violated the 1A. Based upon what you wrote, this is about as confused a statement as... Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Dude, right-wingers have no fucking clue how politics works. This is insane. This is fucking insane. Who do you care more about arresting, Trump or Hunter Biden? Yeah, that's pretty fucking clear. Here's one of the Twitter files posts revealing that Trump was contacting Twitter to delete tweets that he didn't like. This is a serious constitutional violation. Both parties had access to these tools. For instance, in 2020, when Trump was president, requests from both the Trump White House and the Biden campaign were received and honored, however. So was the thread as I described it. The thread is a nothing burger. Yes, thank you! It's this. It's a nothing burger. If anything, it's really showing how much of a piece of shit Trump is even further. Are you kidding me, dude? Elon fucked up. Oh my god, Elon majorly just fucked up. He has no idea how bad he just fucked up. Not only is this a nothing burger as far as liberals and Democrats and the Biden admin is concerned, but he just showed Trump's ass so hard. Former VP of Global Comms Brandon Borman asks, can we truthfully claim that this is part of the policy? Jim Baker. I support the conclusion that we need more facts to assess whether the materials were hacked at this stage. However, it is reasonable for us to assume that they have been and that caution is warranted. There are some facts that indicate that the materials may have been hacked, while there are others indicating that the computer was either abandoned and or the owner consented to allow the repair shop to access it for at least some purposes. We simply need more information. A fundamental problem with tech companies and content moderation, many people in charge of speech know/care little about speech and have been told the basics by outsiders, to wit. In one humorous exchange on day one, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna reaches out to Gad to gently suggest she hop on the phone to talk about the backlash re-speech. Khanna was the only Democratic official I could find in the files who expressed concern. Ro Khanna, okay. I gotta be honest too, and I hope it don't sound conspiratorial or conspiracy theory brained when I suggest this, but like, I gotta be honest. How do I know this is Ro Khanna's fucking email? How do I know? I mean, maybe it's a personal email address, but like rokhanna1@gmail.com. Rokhanna's email address at mail.house.gov. There's nothing I'm seeing. Contact Ro Khanna office. Is this going to take me to the same fucking... Yeah, it is. It could be possible I'm not looking in the right place. I'm willing to concede that. But as far as some of these that I've clicked on, I'm not seeing a rokhanna1@gmail.com. I'm not seeing that. So how do I even know that's Ro Khanna's fucking email? How do I know that this is... I can't believe I'm going to say this. How do I know this is a fake fucking email that you're going to post up like it's Ro Khanna's? We'll see if he comments on it. We'll see. If he says that he never had that correspondence, I'm willing to believe it. I'm willing to believe it. You're telling me a government official, unless this is their personal email, unless, but are you really going to be this, like, dumb about covering your tracks if you're going to be committing a crime, potentially? A constitutional offense? Ro Khanna 1? I would think it would be Baseball Masturbator 69. I don't fucking know. It's going to be but like a Gmail account? No, it's going to be a government email account. It's going to have .gov or some shit. Really? I don't believe it. I don't have any reason to believe this. Gad replies quickly, immediately diving into the weeds of Twitter policy, unaware Kano is more worried about the Bill of Rights. Thank you for reaching out. We appreciate the heads up. We put out a clarifying thread of tweets earlier this evening to explain our policy around the posting of private information and linking directly to hacked materials. The press secretary's account was not permanently suspended. We requested that she delete the tweet containing material that is in violation of our rules, and her account is restricted until she complies. Rokana in Vijaya, Gade. Hope you're well, Vijaya. But this seems a violation of the First Amendment principles. If there's a hack of classified information or other information that could expose a serious war crime and the NYT was to publish it, I think the NYT should have that right. A journalist should not be held accountable for the illegal actions of the source unless they actively aided the hack. So to restrict the distribution of that material, especially regarding a presidential candidate, seems not in the keeping of the principles of NYT v. Sullivan. I say this as a total Biden partisan. Why in the fuck would you say that dumb shit? And convinced he didn't do anything wrong. But the story now has become more about censorship than relatively innocuous emails, and it's become a bigger deal than it would have been. It also is now leading to serious efforts to curtail Section 230, many of which would have been a mistake. I believe Twitter itself should curtail what it recommends or puts in trending news. And your policy against QAnon groups is all good. It's a hard balance. But in the heat of a presidential campaign, restricting dissemination of newspaper articles, even if New York Post is far right, seems like it will invite more backlash than it will do good. Please keep this communication just between us and Jack, and no need for CC the team or forward to them. Met informally with 9 Republican and 3 Democratic House staffers to gather intel about Facebook and Twitter in the New York Post story. Staffers hail from the House Judiciary Committee. Judy Chu. High-level takeaway, every Republican said this is a tipping point, it's just too much, and both Democrats and the Republicans were angry. Net Choice lets Twitter know a bloodbath awaits in upcoming Hill hearings, with members saying it's a tipping point, complaining tech has grown so big that they can't even regulate themselves, so government may need to intervene. I agree. Maybe we should nationalize Twitter. Maybe make it a public utility, you know? Szabo reports to Twitter that some Hill figures are characterizing the laptop story as Tech's Access Hollywood moment, and it has no Hillary to hide behind. Others are more blunt, tech is screwed, and rightfully so. The Democrats, meanwhile, complain that the companies are inept. They let conservatives muddy the water and make the Biden campaign look corrupt, even though Biden is innocent. They linked this to Hillary Clinton's email scandal. She did nothing wrong, but because the press wouldn't let the story go, it became a scandal far out of proportion. True. In their minds, social media is doing the same thing. It doesn't moderate enough harmful content, so when it does, like it did yesterday, it becomes a story. If the companies moderated more, conservatives wouldn't even think to use social media for disinformation, misinformation, or otherwise. The Democrats were in agreement social media needs to moderate more because they're corrupting democracy and making all truth relative. God damn it, this reminds me so much of a Max Derrat video. He was, it's one of his more famous videos on YouTube. If you look up Max Derrat, great content creator. He did an analysis on a single conversation in Metal Gear Solid 2 between Raiden, the protagonist, and the Colonel when he's revealed to be an AI.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness. Never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Prior to the internet age, information was curated. We read about the news in newspapers, watched the news on TV, and it was all funneled to us after passing through a, hopefully, professional body. Granted, there was a greater potential for curators such as journalists, editors, and academics to manipulate information to fit their various political biases, but at least there was some form of selection process going on. In the age of the internet, however, information is released so fast that it is impossible to control the discussion. Instead of listening exclusively to reporters, we are left to our own devices to derive what is valuable. Except, unlike the curators in the pre-digital age, the general population does not know how to separate the wheat from the chaff. We will focus on small, trivial issues like a celebrity's love life, rather than macro issues, such as the cumulative monetary debt of the Western world. We will only listen to news sources that confirm our pre-existing political leanings and ignore any challenging voices. If it sounds like I'm engaging in apologetics for censorship, I am not. I would never censor information under any circumstances. But what does one do in respect to the destructive influence of human bias? The AI goes on to propose a solution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context.
The AI argues that because they are not prone to human error and have inner CPUs with greater processing power than the human brain, they would know how to curate information and present it to the human race in a way that doesn't slow human evolution. Unlike your average political body, which might censor information that is inconvenient to their cause, the AI would simply present information in the most factual way possible so that political bias would not intervene, thus cooling political tensions across the political spectrum. Of course, if something like the AI's censorship program came into place, ethical questions would arise regarding whether or not this compromises human freedom, specifically our quote-unquote free will. Ideally, human beings should have the autonomy to make their own decisions, no matter what mistakes may follow. In response, the AI argues why the problems that arise from that freedom supposedly necessitate censorship.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt.
Here, the AI illustrates the various ways in which human error corrupts truth. That human error arises from an instinctual drive to protect ourselves emotionally and physically, which truth tends to threaten. For instance, let's say a religious fundamentalist is confronted with various scientific truths that challenge their worldview. Let's say the fundamentalist loses faith when confronted by those truths. What happens psychologically is that because the fundamentalist no longer has a belief system to make sense of the world, they are thrown into a mental pit of confusion and resentment. That loss of structure and certainty is so painful to the ideologue that it seems it would be better to avoid that feeling at all costs. This instinct is endemic to almost all human beings. This is why we separate ourselves into political tribes and won't consider the ethical implications of our positions. For instance, is it right to be pro-choice or pro-life? Instead of considering the validity of either side's argument, the pro-life crowd will chastise the pro-choice crowd as being on par with murderers, and the pro-choice crowd will chastise the pro-life crowd as being misogynist, religious zealots that want to control women. These low-resolution assumptions exacerbate tensions between political parties and can potentially lead to violent conflict. Most people will avoid these difficult conversations to preserve order, but if you ignore them long enough, political positions become cemented, and and people will kill each other before they admit that they're wrong about something. The AI then present a future where human bias corrupts the flow of information.
The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
Mind you, this is a game that released in like 2002 or some shit. And they predicted this shit happening. When pushed on how the government might insist on that, consistent with the First Amendment, they demurred the First Amendment isn't absolute. This really is a nothing burger. And if anything, is just showing how much of a fucking asshole Trump is, actually, and the Trump camp and the Trump admin. This is nothing. Election interference. Are you fucking wow. 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 Choosing not to allow speech on your website is not election interference. Influencing elections is the right of every American under the First Amendment. You people have lost your minds. Yeah, technically true. What makes it illegal is that it's at the request from the government, which was Trump at the fucking time, you dumb motherfucker. That's a direct violation of free speech. The whole reason for the Bill of Rights is to limit government and ICYMI? I don't even, what? The First Amendment is so that the government cannot control speech. Whatever. Government officials can ask private parties to do things. It is legal to agree with government officials. Gaslighting millions of people to sway opinions to one side or the other is absolutely a form of election interference. Gaslighting. Gaslighting. Really? Gaslighting. Can we please define gaslighting real quick? Manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. Yeah. Gaslighting millions of Americans to, like, think that you totally did not collude with Russia, or that you totally, like, didn't brag about, like, grabbing her by the pussy, or that, like, you totally weren't besties with Epstein. Yeah, I guess gaslighting millions of Americans to sway their opinions one side or the other, namely that side. Yeah, no, yeah, sure, yeah. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with these people, dude? Website owners decide what speech appears on their website property, not you, not Congress. And so here's the thing. This would be a different story if we had already nationalized and made a utility of something like Twitter. If Twitter became an official, like, government-funded, government-run digital public square, right? Then this would be a different story, okay? But it wasn't at that time. It isn't now. Thus, and like everything we just went over on this, like this, it's, oh my god, again, it's a nothing burger, dude. There is nothing of substance here. Was Joe Biden in the government in October 2020? Who was president? Wow. No fucking reply, huh? No fucking reply. It is currently, at this very moment, 3:27 a.m., December 3rd, 2022. This was at 2:18 a.m. This is almost an hour and a half ago. No fucking reply. No fucking reply. Not by the government. Yeah, who was the president? You dumb motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? Again, talk about disinformation and misinformation. Holy fuck, dude. This is treason and the real insurrection. Oh my God. These people love pissing their pants. Jesus Christ. Just so you know, Hillary Clinton, Elon Musk is not suicidal. Oh my God. Dude. Okay, if you want to say that the whole Epstein thing, that Clinton is like as much of a possible culprit as Trump, let alone maybe even both at the same fucking time, because they both were buddies with the same guy on pedophile fucking island, okay? Fine, but you can't you can't just at Hillary Clinton. You gotta be truth, motherfucker, truth at real Donald Trump. Now he's got his Twitter fucking back. Jesus Christ, are you fucking kidding me? How Elon exposes how they rigged 2020. Wow, Jesus Christ, oh my God, that isn't. Oh, this is just the tip of the. Oh my God, dude. Dominion. That's been debunked. Oh my God, dude. These people are so divorced from reality. This is why these motherfuckers. This is why these motherfuckers do not deserve a fucking political party. They have unearned that privilege. There can be no longer a Republican Party. There can be no longer conservative influence on politics. Call me an authoritarian. Give zero fucks. Do not care. First Amendment, bitches. Okay? Free speech, motherfuckers. You want to be on free speech? Let's be on free speech then. Republicans should not be a fucking party. Are you fucking kidding me? Why these people all QAnoners? Because that's the Republican Party. All fucking Republicans now are just QAnoners. That's all they fucking are. Conspiracy theorists, people divorced from reality. They don't know how the fuck politics works. Truth is relative. Truth can be molded and morphed in whatever convenient fucking way for these fucking people. Too dangerous. Too fucking dangerous. Yes, extremely dangerous for our democracy. Unironically. NPC meme. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Everyone wants to have sex with me. I mean, let's be quite frank. Everyone who says fuck Joe Biden or let's go Brandon, they all want to have sex with Joseph Robinette Biden. They all want it. Absolutely. This is insane, dude. And these boomer ass memes, dude, like they're not even funny. And you know what? Like, okay, you know what? Oh, man. Okay, hang on. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I really need to ask you about Kiss. Okay? I really need to ask you about Guns N' Roses. I really need to ask you about Twisted Sister. I really need to ask you about Poison. I really need to ask you about fucking Led Zeppelin, okay? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You know what? What about do we remember this? Do we remember this? Do we remember these stories that came out about how Tom Arnold claimed Donald Trump snorted Adderall on The Apprentice? But Hunter Biden, crackhead, crack pipe, cocaine. Kiss, Guns N' Roses, Twisted Sister, Poison, Led Zeppelin, Trump on The Apprentice. Bro, I don't want to fucking hear it. I do not want to fucking hear it. I really don't care. I don't care. Biden can get on national television tomorrow and snort the biggest fucking rail the world has ever seen. I would not give a shit. It would surprise the fuck out of me, but I wouldn't care. Okay? I hope he gets help. I hope he goes to rehab. But to be quite frank, like if we're going to allow drug culture in pop culture like this and revere these bands and other musical figures and celebrities and future presidents. Then why are you bitching about this? Like why? But that isn't evidence in any conspiracy theory, right? Yeah. Do you think a lot of people complaining about cocaine are into any of those bands? I would assume they were more like ABBA. Well, I mean, listen, I don't know. My father, okay, let's bring him up for an example, okay? God love him, but he told me how much of a fan of Kiss he was. He was a big Kiss fan. A big Kiss fan. But I'm sure that if I brought up Hunter Biden, he would bring up the crack pipe thing. Bro, do you see... Come on. Come on, bro. Come the fuck on. Come on. Come on. You know what I mean? Kiss fans probably eat the best pussy for real. Doubt it. I'm pressing X so hard on that. I doubt it.
Doubt. Be skeptical. Hard to believe. The story you're currently speaking of seems illegitimate.
Given the lack of credible evidence you are presenting, I find it highly difficult to place any trust in the more than likely fabricated alibi you have given me. When one considers all the available evidence, both evidence gathered through the course of the investigation and evidence presented now by your attitude...
This is so dumb. This is such a... Tune in for episode 2 of the Twitter Files tomorrow. Episode 1 was weak. There was no bombshell revelation. At least the analysis would have been stronger. You picked a messenger who can't deliver the news. Jealous... They always do this shit. Jealous much? No, it's just stupid. It's nothing. Or is this an allergic reaction to actual journalism? According to whose standards? Your biased standards that you accuse Democrats of also having? You're not special. I think a lot of people feel let down because we already knew that information. It isn't the information that we needed. It was the proof. What? 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 Christian conservative. Oh, okay. Now I know what you mean by that. You're dumb. You missed the point. There is no analysis. There's the facts, and we're all left to analyze it ourselves. That's journalism. Delivery of the facts of what happened and leaving the rest up to the individual. No manipulation, no steering. The facts are there are no evidence of any government involvement of the laptop story. Hunter Biden is not a government official. He is a U.S. citizen. And whatever dirt that has come thus far from the laptop has no ties to the U.S. government. There, analyze these facts. Absolutely fucking true. Thank you. Thank you, Elon Parody account, with this very flattering photo. Thank you, very Amber Turd. Jesus Christ. Can you share that tweet? Yeah. Dummy, dumb, poopy. Dummy, dumb, poopy. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, bro. Like, I just... There's nothing to it. It is called treason. MAGA Crusader says that this is a bombshell and that it is called treason. You know what other MAGA Crusader said of treason? And namely about Nancy Pelosi?
She's a traitor to our country. She's guilty of treason. She took an oath to protect American citizens and uphold our laws. And she gives aid and comfort to our enemies who illegally invade our land. That's what treason is. Exactly. And by our law, representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is. Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason, and we want her out of our government.
There is no mic drop, dude. There's no mic drop. Neuralink, really? Really? With the absolute steaming liquid dumpster that Twitter has become. You're gonna be a Neuralink AI. Optimus? What? The quarter. God damn. The quartering. I'll be live streaming it again too. Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Must be boring to live stream. Air between two buns. I reckon not as tasty either. Were they referring to Twitter censoring the story as treason? Yeah, basically. In 2020, when Trump was president. Just so we're clear, the Twitter files prove nothing, except that Twitter was asked to remove pictures of Hunter Biden's giant cock because distributing photos like that without permission is illegal. It's revenge porn. Another thing, most of the information in the thread also shows that both parties had equal tools and access to the teams at Twitter. The difference is, one of these teams was in the White House, and one was a private citizen running for office. And the idea that Twitter was showing favoritism instead of just trying to avoid legal trouble is insane. Twitter quite literally talks about legality and clarifying in the screenshots. Also, Elon Musk handpicked what files he wanted to release. So that could also be bullshit. Clarifying, Twitter doesn't want to get in legal trouble for sharing quote-unquote hacked materials or for distributing quote-unquote revenge porn. This is the standard across almost every single social media that wants to stay in business and not get sued. This is a nothing burger.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon.
America stands up to bullies. We stand up for freedom. This is who we are.
He cares about the middle class. Give me a break. That's a bunch of malarkey.
Poor little Donnie looking insecure. Got you at Mar-a-Lago, that's for sure. What you gonna do next? Where you hiding? Don't expect nothing from Joe Biden. Come on, man. Where's your funds? Looks like you spend it on the election. Stop steal, yo. You didn't find nothing. Your own judges knew you were bluffing.
I feel progressives up with rage. Throw Trump supporters in a cage. A familiar feeling. Don't you think so? That's what you did to Latinos. Couldn't give a damn about approval ratings. Those against me are just hating. Your friend is on the rise. A storm is coming.